Okay, today we're going to take a look at my cook system, and in particular my Jetboil Minimo. So when I'm in the backcountry, whether I'm hiking and camping or I'm hunting, this is the system that I bring with me to cook and make coffee and all that stuff. This is my cook system. So it's the Jetboil Minimo, and then I also do carry this small titanium mug. The only reason I carry this, I know it is a little bit more weight. For me, it's a bit of a creature comfort, but the reason why I do carry this is in case this does go down, I run out of fuel, something's not working with the Jetboil, I can always use this mug to boil over a fire and use it to cook if I need to. I also use it to store, coffee, tea, and lighter, different things. So it does add a little bit of bulk to the pack, and it's a little bit more weight. I mean, this thing is pretty lightweight, but it is something I do like to have with me as well. So let's get into the Jetboil Minimo. So to start, you have this lid here, plastic lid, and in the lid you have there's a hole for sipping, for drinking. There's some strainer holes here if you were to strain pasta. You could use that, and then my favorite is the center hole here where you can put a plunger in if you're going to be doing French press for making coffee, which is definitely something that I enjoy in the backcountry. Inside the cap here, there is this foldable stand, and this is for your gas canisters. There's two different sizes for your cans of gas. There's the 4 ounce and then the larger 8 ounce. So definitely very convenient, and I love how it just stows away in here and it's tucked away. It's very nice. So getting into the actual Minimo, the size of this is a liter, so this will hold a liter of water, which I find to be the perfect amount. Your Nalgene is about a liter of water, and this will fit a liter of water, which is plenty if you're going to be making a couple cups of coffee, if you're going to be making any sort of pasta. A lot of the freeze-dried meals also take about a liter of water, of boiled water. So I find it to be the perfect size, and I also like the form factor of this. It's a little bit more wide than some of the other Jetboils and some of the other cook systems, which is nice because some of those tall, skinny ones can be sort of a pain to get in if you're going to be eating out of it. If you don't have one of those long spoons, your knuckles and your hand is going to be covered in food, and you don't want that. So I kind of like the wider form factor for this. Also, if you're cooking meat in the bottom, if you're doing any simmering, having more of that surface area is better in my opinion. The outside of this pot does have this kind of neoprene fabric, which is nice when this thing is scorching hot. It's not going to burn you because you have this fabric, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and look in here. One of the accessories that comes with it is this adapter to use a type of a frying pan underneath. So if you're not going to be utilizing this pot, if you're going to be using some of the frying pans, you can use this adapter and put that right on top. I usually have this, but I keep it in the car because when I'm in the backcountry, I don't also have a frying pan, and I'm not making those types of meals. But if I get back to the truck and I want to cook some meat or some vegetables and I do want to use the frying pan, I can with this attachment there. So we go into this bag. This is a nice bag to kind of keep your burner safe and protected. So what I keep in here is the burner. One thing I really love about this burner is you really have this fine-tuned adjustability with the burner. You can bring it down to a very, very gentle simmer, or you can put it on full power and it's just, it's gonna boil really, really fast. So I do love that adjustability with it. It also does have an igniter, and it's just a really, really great system. Also, what I keep in this bag, just for spacing reasons, is this plunger. And this plunger, you'll see in a minute, is to use for the French press, and I'll show you how that works. Now getting into the bottom of this pot, we have a compartment here. It's this plastic cup. You can use this as a cup. You can use it as a bowl if you want. It's about 10 ounces all the way to the top, so good amount of space. And then I also keep my French press filter in here as well, just because it fits perfectly. So that's there. Now underneath here you have these flux rings. Jetboil uses this system that's really, really efficient, much more efficient than most cook systems, because the heating all happens internally with these flux rings. Really great. So now we're gonna go ahead and actually set this up. I'm gonna make myself some coffee and we'll show you how it works. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and boil some water here and make some coffee. One thing I do wanna note is you can keep your fuel inside here as well. I did find it kind of tricky to make this fit with the fuel and the burner as well. You may be able to make it work if you really kind of play Tetris, but I could not really figure it out and make that work. So not a big deal for me, because I do carry this in my titanium mug, so not a huge deal. But with this 4-ounce can of fuel, it's a little bit tight to make this and the burner fit. Just something to keep in mind. So let's go ahead and set this up. We're gonna take our fuel here. We're gonna put it right on the stand. And you can see this kind of fits perfectly in that smaller bracket. So super handy. We're gonna screw on our burner. Okay, got the burner on. And now we're gonna turn this on. Get a little gas. And then we have a starter there. Get that going. And I really love the fine-tune adjustability of this. You can really get this flame down low for a nice simmer, or you can crank it up. So we're gonna take our pot, I'm gonna pour a liter of water in there. And we'll also go ahead and time this as well, just to kind of see how fast it boils water. Okay, we're gonna put our pot right on here and turn. Okay, and we're gonna crank this up. And there you have it. We're up to a boil in no time. And kind of the beauty of this is we can really bring this down to a gentle simmer, or we can get this thing roaring in just a turn of this dial. I love that. So okay, we're gonna make some coffee now. So the water's boiled nice and good. We're gonna turn off our fuel, and now what I'm gonna do is just get this French press prepped. So what you can do is you can take your plunger rod, you put that through the top of the cap there, right? And now you have this French press adapter with the filter built in. That screws right in. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do, get some good quality coffee, and I'm gonna take my spoon, put some of that in there, stir it up a little bit. Now we can just put our cap in place, and we'll give this a couple minutes to brew, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we just gave that about 4 minutes to brew. The coffee is ready. So we're gonna go ahead and press this plunger down, nice and slow, until we get to the bottom. And now we're ready to serve our coffee. No more instant coffee, little packets that you have to stir up and don't taste good. Got fresh, good coffee on the mountain. So we can pour a cup in the included bowl / cup that comes with this system. And then I have my mug here. So let's go ahead and drink some coffee. And there you go. Beautiful cup of coffee. This Jetboil Minimo is awesome. I really like it. The way that it uses the fuel is really efficient. I like the form factor of it, and I love this attachment that allows you to do French press within the system. This is, the ideal system for cooking and making coffee in the backcountry. It's not the lightest. It comes in just under a pound. I think it's about 14 and a half, 15 ounces, which isn't bad, but there are lighter systems out there. And it's also not the cheapest. These things you can find around the $150 range depending on where you look online. I will leave a link in the description if you want to check it out, but I would highly recommend it. It's the Jetboil Minimo. Cheers.